All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Root Branch Brewing, and they are out of Copiague, New York, and this is their Strangled Batch 4. So this is a multi-oat / wheat double IPA brewed with Citra, Comet, and Belma hops. It comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review, and this can is just over 3 weeks old. So I recently dipped my toes into the secondary market and picked up 8 different beers, 3 from Root Branch, 3 from the Noble Savage Brewing Company, and 2 from the Test Brewery. All breweries are in the New York City / Long Island region. They all get pretty damn good hype, at least over the past year. And I've only had one other Root Branch beer. It was a collab between them and Brujos. It was sent to me by a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Sierra Hotel, last fall, and it was delicious. The body mouthfeel is spectacular. Great beer. So now I get the chance to try out 3 more offerings from them and get a bigger sample size. So this sounds awesome because this hop bill is so different. Citra, yeah, whatever, Citra's and everything. But Comet and Belma, like, I haven't had, the first time I had a Belma hopped beer was actually Saranac did a Wild Hop Pills, and it was Belma hops back in like 2013-14. Such a unique hop. I got like strawberry and watermelon. It was very just different and weird, but delicious. Comet you see here and there, but the fact that those two are combining with Citra in like a Hazy Double IPA, I'm here for it. So let's crack this one open, get in the glass, see what we got going on. So like I said, really excited about this one, like I am with every beer I review, but I like checking out like the hyped breweries. I really do. Like I just want to see what they're all about. You know, Root Branch, you know, maybe not as hyped as say Test or Noble Savage, but they're up there. Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna pour the rest. Fuck it, whatever. The reason I'm using these big like, you know, stemless wine glasses, I'm gonna pour the entire thing in, and I did. So that looks beautiful. Has a darker honey orange color. It doesn't look oxidized. I don't know how it's gonna come off on camera, but just darker. Because a lot of times I'll say, oh, that looks a little bit oxidized, has a little grayish tinge, whatever. Then I'll look back on the video and I'm like, Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't look like anything like that, you idiot. And this has that darker kind of, again, honey orange vibe. Has about a finger, it was about a finger and a half of this off-white, we'll say bone white colored head that looked pretty creamy. It is actually dissipating, which is kind of weird. Hold up to light. Yeah, this is milky. It's turbid. The turbidity is through the roof. But yeah, it's hazy. It's turbid. It plays the role of what you kind of expect out of a hazy double IPA. Let's get a nose. It smells fucking so good. So I will say, just over 3 weeks old. A little bit hot burn in the nose. Has that green, fresh, vegetal thing that just has like. It's hard to explain hot burn to someone who's never experienced it, but if you've never had hot burn in a beer, it smells like my throat's going to be on fire. That's kind of it's the best way I can explain it. But if you've never had hot burn, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But hot burn is just like they're using so many hops with dry hopping, double dry hopping, triple dry hopping that it takes a while to settle down, and like I forget the exact science behind it, but basically you get like this burn in the back of your throat that kind of doesn't dissipate as you keep on drinking. Like think about a real bitter beer that the bitterness starts building up with each sip. That's kind of what hot burn does. Each sip and your throat becomes on fire, or they're the perceived sensation of being on fire. It smells like it's gonna have a little hot burn. But after that, this is a fruit bowl of awesomeness. Big, juicy, like cutie tangerines. Like it's just a super huge, juicy tangerine quality. Now, this is probably like the Comet Belma working in conjunction. There's this big kind of like melon character. You could say watermelon, not saying that. You could say honeydew or cantaloupe, but more of like, it's closer to the rind. So it's more of the melon character as just the characteristic of the flavor, the aroma, without the perceived sweetness. So it doesn't smell like it's going to be a sweeter watermelon, more closer to the rind. Has this big grassy herbaceousness too. It's a touch of vanilla, so I don't know if there's lactose or maybe just coming from the yeast, or maybe from you know, something else in the beer. But there's a little bit of vanilla, almost like creamsicle. Lychee, definitely a lychee. Maybe a touch of like a guava. Like this has weird and different kind of tropical fruit notes to it for sure. It just smells like a fruit bowl, but not like your typical fruit bowl. Like a fruit bowl if you had a little bit more of exotic fruits in the fruit bowl. It smells not only unique, but damn tasty. The only concern I have off of the nose is whether or not that hop burn is gonna really punch me in the throat. We'll see. I don't know. I want to get into it. Cheers, everyone. The finish is so unique. I don't even know how to explain it. Let me tell you something about Root and Branch. They're 2 for 2 with the bodies and mouthfeels. This is full body. It's not thick and syrupy and whatnot, but it coats the palate. It's very similar to that Noble Savage that I reviewed recently, the OG's Killers and Champions. It's full bodied for an 8% double IPA. It coats the palate. It's thicker, but it's not, again, too thick. It's not syrupy. It's not like drinking like a fruit smoothie sour or something, or like a huge like 15% imperial stout. It just has a bigger viscosity to the body for something that's 8%. The mouthfeel, also fantastic. It's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy, has a mild to moderate carbonation, but it drinks like a dream just from the body and mouthfeel alone, which is fantastic and kind of what I'm looking for with these beers. The taste, though, is, again, much like I was saying with the nose, it's very unique. Up front, I'm somehow getting juicy and acidic, like tangerine, like I said in the nose, I get like the cuties. That's what I'm getting up front, juicy, acidic, tangerine. Very vibrant, very big, impactful first half of the palate. There's also, some secondary and tertiary players. There's a little bit of like a grapefruit, like a ruby red grapefruit, touch of sweeter grapefruit. There's also that tropical essence halfway through the palate that's more of like a guava, a lychee, a passion fruit, more in that realm. It finishes with a honeydew or cantaloupe melon vibe, but again, closer to the rind, sweeter than the nose was indicating, but definitely has like this earthy kind of rindy feeling from the melon. And that's how it finishes. So it finishes with this nice earthy kind of melon tone, but what happens is I get this big grassy herbaceousness, almost like a basil thyme. I haven't said that in a while when it comes to any kind of IPA, but it's like that basil and thyme kind of herbaceousness. And again, it has a grassiness on top of that. It has a greenness that isn't hop burn, because I'm getting maybe a skosh of a hop burn. I thought, based on the nose, I was like, this is gonna have hop burn. Just a little bit, and it's more like in the throat, down in the chest, like it has like this slightly burning kind of sensation. Very, very minute though. This is not big on the hop burn. Maybe a week or two ago it was probably going crazy. Right now, just over 3 weeks old, it is kind of dissipated to just a ghost of what it probably was fresh. I should say fresher. This is just over 3 weeks old. Pretty fucking fresh. This is very dry. This is firmly dry. Very mild bitterness. Not a lot of bitterness here. The bitterness is kind of that grassy herbaceousness, kind of what you would get with those kind of herbs, and just like, again, the earthiness, the rind of the melon just kind of has like this mild bitterness, but it's full on dry. This is not a big sweet double IPA, which is beautiful. It's a unique double IPA. And when I saw that hop bill, I'm like, man, this is gonna be different. It sure as shit is. It's very different, but in a delicious way. This is really good. 8%, slight warming in my chest, nothing on the palate. From the body and mouthfeel being absolutely spectacular, to the uniqueness of the flavor profile, the fact that it's not overly sweet. It has a firm dryness to balance it out. I really like this beer. I dig this. This is not going to be for everyone, though. Even dare I say, juice bros or haze bros, right? People who just like juicy, hazy beers in general, hop forward beers, that they don't want bitterness, they don't want dryness, they just want pure on fruit juice. They probably, I'm not going to say most would probably not care for this, but some would probably put that to the side and be like, ooh, that's a little bit too different for me. Probably not I would seek out again. For me, I'm loving it. This is fucking delicious. So Strangled Batch 4 from Root and Branch. I am going to give this a low 4.5. I'm going to go 4.45. This is fucking so different. And I think without that uniqueness, this would probably drop into like a 4.25 round. But I mean, that uniqueness is so different. The body, the mouthfeel, the balance, everything's there. It's not blowing my doors off. It's not, I'm not going absolutely crazy about this one, but this is just a well-executed double IPA that kind of is in the wheelhouse of what I'm looking for nowadays. So yeah, batch 4 of Strangled from Root and Branch, 4.45, delicious beer. Price point availability. Now, like I said, I got this on the secondary market. Just to recap, I got 8 beers delivered to my house for less than $9 a can. If you were to take out the shipping, you're talking more in like a $7.50 to $8 realm per can. Now, I looked Root Branch up as far as their double IPAs go, because they do sell them on their website. So we'll go to availability. Root Branch, it's brewery only, but I do think they ship throughout New York State. However, you can only buy 4-packs. And I looked at a 4-pack of an 8% double IPA they have available right now, $23 a 4-pack. So you're talking about $5.75 a can. I probably paid $2 more so I could try 3 different singles. So let's just say for those 3 different singles, I paid the equivalent of what you pay a 4-pack. I always say, and that's whether I buy it at the grocery store, my favorite bottle shop locally, online, whatever, if I can pay an extra $1 or $2 and try a single as opposed to a entire 4-pack, I'm okay with it. So I'll tell you what, the secondary that, you know, I got it from, Heatmeister Brews on Instagram, his price points are fantastic, and I highly recommend trying them out. If you want to try out Root Branch, Noble Savage, the test, and he has beers available, you're going to probably get a pretty good deal, because I did, and I'm just a nobody. I'm just some random dude on YouTube reviewing beers. Anyway, yeah, if you've had this one before, any prior batch or this batch, this was batch 4, this was canned at the end of October, so like if you look on tap, it'll say batch 4 October 2024. That's the can I have. This is fucking phenomenal. I know some of you out there have, you know, consumed Root and Branch on the regular. So let me know what you think about this one. I have 2 more from them. I forget, one's like Darkness at Noon, and then the other one's like One Dimensional Man. I think those are the 2 I have. So those will definitely be reviewed in the next month or so. And yeah, I'm really happy about this one, 4.45. If you've had this one before, prior batches, like I said, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. Again, great body and mouthfeel, super balanced, very unique flavor profile. Really can't tell with the alcohol. Hot burn minimal, 4.45. That's where I'm at it. So appreciate it. Be on the lookout for the next review from these secondary market beers will be the Test Brewery. They've been getting crazy hype in the last like 6 months. I need to try them out. I have their Sky Cathedral, so that'll be the next one that I review. Anyway, shut this one down to the next one. Cheers.